They called him just the janitor. Students walked past him every day without noticing. To most people, he was invisible. But what no one knew was that this quiet man was about to change a student's life forever. And when the truth finally came out, the entire school stood in silence. Lincoln High School was like any other American high school. Busy mornings, loud hallways, lockers slammed, students rushing to class. And every morning before the first bell rang, Mr. Raymond was already there. He unlocked the doors, he wiped down desks, he fixed broken chairs, he worked quietly, without complaints, without attention. But Mr. Raymond noticed things. He noticed who stayed late, who looked worried, who carried more than just a backpack. And one student stood out. Her name was Emily Carter. Emily was not the loudest student. She was not the most popular, but she was one of the hardest working. She sat in the front row. She asked thoughtful questions. She stayed after school to study, and every evening she worked part time at a grocery store. Emily had a dream. She wanted to become a doctor, not for money, not for fame, but because she wanted to help people. Her mother worked long shifts as a nurse assistant. Her father had passed away years ago. Money was very tight, very tight. College felt like something far away, almost impossible. One evening, after most students had gone home, Mr. Raymond was pushing his cleaning cart down the hallway. He saw Emily sitting alone on the floor next her locker. Her college acceptance letter was in her hand, but she was crying, not tears of joy, tears of worry. He didn't interrupt her. He didn't want to embarrass her, but he understood that look because many years ago he had the same look on his face. When Raymond was young, he had big dreams too. A few days later, Mr. Raymond overheard something important. Emily was speaking with the school counselor. I got accepted into state university, she said softly. But I can't afford the tuition. There are loans, the counselor replied. I don't want my mom to struggle with debt, Emily said. Her voice cracked. That night, Mr. Raymond went home slowly. He opened an old metal box hidden in his closet. Inside were savings. Money he had saved for years, carefully, for emergencies, for the future, for something important. He sat at his kitchen table for a long time, thinking, feeling, and then he made a decision. The next week, the school principal received an anonymous payment, a large one, enough to cover Emily's first year of tuition. There was no name attached, only a short note for someone who deserves a chance. When Emily was called into the office, she thought something was wrong. Instead, the principal smiled. Your first year is fully paid. Emily started in disbelief. That's not possible. It is, the principal said. Someone believe in you. Tears rolled down her face. She didn't know who had done it, but she promised herself one thing. She would not waste this opportunity. The following year, another anonymous payment arrived, and the year after that, each time just enough. Emily focused completely on her studies. She graduated at the top of her class. She was accepted into medical school, and still, she never discovered who her secret supporter was. Years later, Dr. Emily Carter returned to Lincoln High School. She had been invited to give a speech. She stood on the stage, looking at the students in the audience. I stand here today, she said, because someone believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. Someone gave me a chance. After that speech, she walked through familiar hallways, and there he was, Mr. Raymond, still pushing his clean cart. Suddenly, everything made sense. The timing, the kindness. The way he always encouraged her during finals week. She walked up to him gently. Mr. Raymond? She said softly. Was it you? He paused. He looked at the floor for a moment. You earned it, he said. That was all. No pride, no long explanation, just simple words. Emily felt tears fill her eyes. You gave up your savings for me? She said. He shook his head gently. I didn't give anything up, he replied. I invested in someone who works hard. In that quiet hallway, a janitor became a hero, not because of his job, but because of his heart. A year later, Dr. Emily Carter created a scholarship fund in Mr. Raymond's name for students who worked hard. And at that announcement ceremony, the entire school stood and applauded. Mr. Raymond sat in the front row. For the first time in his life, he felt seen. not as just a janitor, but as someone who made a difference. Final message. Sometimes the greatest heroes don't stand on stages. They stand quietly in hallways. They work behind the scenes. They sacrifice without asking for recognition. The world may not notice them, but someone's future depends on them. And that it what truly matters. If this story touched you, comment the word respect. Share this video with someone who believes in second chances. And subscribe to Explorer English Tales for more powerful stories that inspire your heart and strengthen your English because sometimes the quietest people make the biggest impact.